Hey guys, let's dive right into it. This is my health journey thus far, and actually, I have not been able to put up the live that I made about this before, so we're just gonna go doing a video instead, right? Instead, I'm gonna talk about my health journey, and it all started when I was 11 years old, and I brought carrot sticks to school in order to be healthy. And I knew no one who did that at that age, and I think that that passion for being healthy just was born from that time, and it affected me even so today. Later on, when I was 17 in high school, I actually stumbled upon, or a family member of mine showed me this lady whose name was Ann Vigmore, and she was actually like eating living foods that are not heated so much, foods which are like sprouts, like lentil sprouts or broccoli sprouts or alfalfa sprouts. Maybe you heard of them. The thing about this, though, is that I was very fascinating because she got healed from a lot of ailments, such as migraines, uh, rheumatoid, how do you say that? Arthritis, anyways, and also large intestinal cancer, things like that. And I was very fascinated by it. And for me, that taught me that like food can be medicine. Yes, it can be medicine. It's not just something that we eat and it doesn't affect us at all, but it can actually heal us from a fundamental level. That's my belief. After that, a little bit later, when I was 23, I actually tried to eat this way, tried to eat according to the Living Foods principles. And I didn't have enough knowledge. I didn't know exactly how I would do it, but I did it for 5 days. And then I gave up because I thought that I was protein deficient, which of course I wasn't. But, anyways, it was something that I was concerned about at the time. And actually, after that, like a year after or so, I went to Bible school here in the capital of Sweden, Stockholm, where I bought this green smoothie to school, and then I told everyone like, "Oh yeah, hi, my name is Sana. I'm gonna drink this smoothie every single day. You're gonna see me with this smoothie." What ended up happening though was that I actually ate the cookies at the coffee breaks. I became like the ones I was with, right? So it's very difficult to be different. And that's kind of what I learned from there, that like it is difficult to be different, but that it's so worth it in a way. If you really want health, like it's worth it, because we're going to be different in this world. We're going to be different if we believe in healthy eating. That's just that's just the deal. It hurts sometimes, absolutely, but that's the deal. So later on, a year later, I actually stumbled upon something else, another diet, and that was actually the fruitarian diet. So I saw this man on YouTube, and he was saying that he had been eating fruits for the last 30 years, almost exclusively. And I was just like, say what again? I'm like, that's crazy. I've never heard such a thing. And I was 25 at the time. And then afterwards, I thought, okay, well, Sana, second thought, don't judge. So I didn't judge, and I actually wanted to try to eat this way as I investigated it a little bit more. And so I tried to eat this way, but my family kind of stopped me, so I didn't actually eat it. Even though I brought home 2 boxes of bananas in order to eat this way for 2 weeks, 2 weeks of bananas, and then the rest would be eating a lot of fruits, basically, and stuff. But I didn't have the knowledge at the time, and I'm actually grateful that my family stopped me in that sense because I didn't have the knowledge to do this in a healthy way. And I wouldn't recommend the fruitarian diet now either to anyone because of other reasons. However, I tried the fruitarian the fruitarian diet almost like 5 more times. So it was like 3 months there, 2 weeks there, 1 week there, stuff like that. And then what happened was that I came to dead ends every time. And by now I'm thinking that it's God's protection actually. But anyways, and then I thought maybe I'm missing meat. Like maybe meat is what I need to eat. So I came across actually Paul Saladino. He's also on YouTube, a medical doctor. And he's eating a lot of fruits, but a lot of meats and organ meats and raw dairy and honey and maple syrup, if I remember correctly. I tried his diet for 3 months. I even had a YouTube channel 3 years ago and I tried this diet. But I did come to a dead end at that time too, because it was like not really what I was looking for without going into detail. But then I was eating normally again. And actually, I was thinking though that mainstream is not really like the pinnacle of health. And dairy, the least, is not the pinnacle of health. Like we can't eat this way if we want to be healthy, because everyone is eating mainstream or varied, balanced diet. But everyone is sick. You know, we all have like major problems with disease at this age, at this modern time. So anyhow, I was interested in the ketogenic diet next. And this was actually a thought, more of a thought than I actually tried it, because I didn't try it. But if I tell that detail as well, perhaps. I'm going to skip the detail of the mitochondrial dysfunction. I had that in the Swedish version of this video. But anyways, mitochondrial dysfunction, I'm not going to explain what it is. You can Google it if you want. But it really has to do with the ketogenic diet. And then I thought the ketogenic diet is not so healthy in other terms. Like where's the phytochemicals, where are the polyphenols, where are the minerals, the vitamins to that extent as with greens and fruits and veggies. I couldn't buy it, so I bought into something else that has to do with mitochondrial dysfunction, and that's diabetes. And actually, not that I had diabetes, but I was interested in the mitochondrial dysfunction. And someone who was talking about that it were two people. It was Cyrus Kambata and Robbie Barbaro, and they have a system or like a method called the Mastering Diabetes Method. And actually in their program, they're helping people to get rid of mitochondrial dysfunction. They're helping people to get rid of diabetes, type 2, type 1.5, and improve type 1. And they're very trustworthy, according to me. Like, it's just unbelievable what they're doing. And they're saying the opposite of the ketogenic diet, because the ketogenic diet says a lot of fat, very little carbs. And the Mastering Diabetes says a lot of carbs, very little fat. And they've actually seen, like Cyrus Kambata in the Mastering Diabetes, he is really, or has a PhD in diabetes. And it was like common sense, or how can I say, common practice for them when they were researching that the rodents, the mice and the rats were giving a high-fat diet in order to get diabetes. So that's crazy. That's crazy. We haven't been taught that. We've been taught that like high sugar diets are causing diabetes, right? Like too much carbs is going to get you to have diabetes. But these people are saying the opposite. The Mastering Diabetes says the opposite, and they said that a high fat diet or high carb diet, high fat diet would actually give you diabetes. So interesting enough, I tried this for half a year, 1.5 years ago. I didn't do it perfectly, but I was really into it. And while I was doing these things, I actually realized that there's another path that I wanted to take. And that was the medical medium way, the Anthony William way. His name is Anthony William. He's called the medical medium. He's not a medium according to me, but he's called that. And he has the spiritual source of everything that he says and do when it comes to health. And he helps chronically ill people. Swedish is my native language, not English, so excuse me. So fascinating. I mean, the information that he has given out in his books are so sophistically comprehensive that I can't even wrap my head around it. So it's so interesting, his thoughts. The best I've ever heard on health, like hands down, the best. And I understand, like, what do you mean, like a spiritual source? Like, no, he doesn't follow the science, and he doesn't follow necessarily the science, or he's not a medical doctor. He's not educated at all in medicine or nutrition. Yet he has all this information that's just mind blowing to me. And I started to believe in him at that time. It was about a year ago, a little bit more, almost 1.5. Interesting. So that's where I am right now. But I would also say that, as you might have known from my earlier shorts, I've had problems with high blood fats and high blood sugar because of one of my medications that I've been taking, most likely. So this summer I was really strict, and I can actually get these into their normal range. So now I don't have to take medication against high blood fats, and I'm like so grateful. I don't have diabetes, thank you God. And yeah, I'm so excited for the future. I do have health problems. I do have things that I need to like work at, but I think I'm well on my way. It's just sometimes scary. Life can be scary with health challenges, but we cannot give up. So that's what I want to share today, my health journey. Please let me know in the comments any like thoughts or your own journey, if it's anything that you want to share. So, and I hope to see you in the next video.